guys, welcome back. Shall we pick up where we left off? So last week's lesson we looked at the A7 arpeggio and ways that we can incorporate it into our blues playing. And today we're going to take things to the next level by moving those arpeggios around through a chord progression, specifically the last few measures of a 12-bar blues in A. As before, we're going to start simple, just outlining the changes with their matching arpeggios, before getting into some expression via string bends, hammer-ons and slides, and incorporating the blues scale in and around those shapes. So another casual and off-the-cuff lesson where we're going to use the looper pedal as our rhythm guitar player and explore some really interesting sounds. Okay, so if you haven't seen part 1, do check that out first. I'll link to it in the description. It's definitely mandatory viewing if you want to get the most out of this lesson. So last time we stayed on a single static A7 chord and explored all of our A7 arpeggios across the fretboard. Now we need to be able to move those shapes around to other places. So let's use the final 4 bars of a typical 12-bar blues in A as our kind of template. So that's going to be an E7, that's the 5 chord, going down to the 4 chord, D7, and then 2 measures of the A7. Now we need to map out the matching arpeggios for those chords. Lesson materials will include neatly typed out tab and notation of all the arpeggio shapes for each chord, as well as the blues scale shapes. This comes in Guitar Pro and PDF formats. I've also included an audio file of my rhythm loop as used in the video. If you dig the way I teach and want access to hundreds of my lessons and their matching materials, head over to my Patreon page. But if you just want to purchase this one individual lesson alone, then you can do that over at my Gumroad store. Links for both of these can be found in the video description. So E7. So E is the root, G sharp is your 3rd, B is the 5th, and D is the flat 7. And just like last time, we want to map that out all across the fretboard using the 5 caged shapes, because it's a really nice little filing system for that stuff to keep it nice and tidy. So that would be the A shape. I'm going to write all these out in the lesson materials, by the way. Tab and notation with finger numbers and everything. The one further south from there would be the C shape. Next one down from there would be the D shape. The next one down from there would be the E shape. And then the next one down from there would be the G shape. And if I'm moving too fast for you, then that's exactly what the tab sheets are for. But also you can slow these videos down in YouTube, and of course you can rewatch it a million times if you need to. Okay, so those are all the E7 arpeggios. Now we need D7. Same shapes, right? Just 2 frets lower. So D7 with the A shape. You're looking for D, that's your root. F sharp is your 3rd. A is your 5th, and C is the flat 7. Remember, like last time, we spoke about picking up those notes beneath the pitch of the root. Very important to do that, to be thorough. I'm also associating each arpeggio with its matching chord shape. So there's the A shape for the D7. Here's the C shape for the D7, and here's the matching arpeggio around that. Next one down would be the D shape itself, but we have to move up an octave. Matching chord shape, or the next one down from there is the E shape. Matching chord shapes. And then the next one down from there is the G shape. Matching chord shapes there. Okay, then we need the A7 arpeggios, which we went over last time, but as a quick refresher, the E shape, the G shape, the A shape, the C shape, and the D shape. Okay, now finally let's get on to some playing. So I'm going to put that chord progression down in my looper. 3, 4, E7, down to the D7, then home to the A7. That sounds pretty good. Now I'm going to follow that around with its matching arpeggio each time. So here's A7. Play loosely to begin with, just map out the shapes. You can start from the root every time or try and start from something else, like the third. Or just try and connect the shapes in some kind of nice way. Here's the E7, here's the D7, here's the A7. E7, D7, A7. E7. D7 to the A7, and so on. So that's the first step. Just get really familiar with how those shapes fall across the fretboard and try and get confident at seeing them from every starting point, not just from the root. Okay, now the next step is to try and just improvise simple, short and beautiful melodies with those ingredients. So same progression, I'm just going to follow from one chord to the next and try and play melodically, keeping my phrasing sparse and conversational. Let's check on some light overdrive as well. 3, 4. Bring in some bends, bending into notes that are in the arpeggio. Let's not leave out those low strings. And the open strings, of course. Sounds lovely, right? One more. Okay, now make sure that you spend plenty of time limiting yourself like that just to the arpeggios. And now bring in all those other things we spoke about in the last lesson. So we're going to think of the A minor blues scale in this case as our kind of backdrop foundational scale, parent scale if you will. But we're also going to make an effort to hit those chord tones on the passing changes as well. So it's like a hybrid approach of scale and arpeggios. let's get those low strings involved. And there we have it, just a few ideas and pointers on how we might want to blend arpeggios and chord tones in with our existing blues scale ideas. I really do recommend that you spend a lot of time practicing this kind of thing. Again, it's going to really make your solos sound super purposeful, melodic, and interesting. Alright guys, thanks for joining me for this lesson. In the next arpeggios lesson, again we'll study an A7 chord, but we're going to look at the other secret, hidden arpeggios that exist within that A7 tonality, to give us some really fancy, sophisticated, jazzy sounds. So do make sure that you subscribe to the channel and that you have those notifications turned on so you know when these lessons are coming out. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Alright, take care.